Have you ever had someone try to destroy your future just because of where you came from? I'm Ben, 24, and English has always been my strongest subject. I moved to the country when I am 7 years old, and learning English becomes my way to fit in. By elementary school, I'm one of the best students in the subject. I even beat older students in inter-school English competitions. Teachers praise me, and my parents are proud because they know how hard I work to reach that level. Everything changes when Mrs. Gay starts working with students who are learning English. At first, she looks strict but normal, so I don't think much about her. One afternoon, she calls me into her office. I think she wants to talk about my grades, or maybe recommend me for advanced classes. Instead, she shuts the door and stares at me like I did something wrong. She tells me she thinks I'm cheating on my English tests. I'm confused and ask why she thinks that. She leans forward and says something that makes my stomach drop. She says I'm from India and that people like me are too dumb to understand English that well. I freeze. I don't even know how to respond. I leave her office feeling angry and embarrassed, but also scared because she is still my teacher. After that day, my grades started dropping for no reason. Tests, I know I answered correctly, but it came back marked wrong. Homework, I double-check and suddenly get failing scores. It feels like she is trying to prove her accusation by forcing me to fail. Luckily, another teacher named Miss Anna notices something is wrong. She reviews my tests and sees the grading doesn't make sense. She steps in and corrects several of my grades. She also starts quietly watching how Mrs. Gay treats students like me. Because of her, I stay in advanced classes and keep improving. The next year, Mrs. Gay doesn't teach my class directly, but she still works in the school. I mostly avoid her and focus on my studies. Around that time, I joined the school safety patrol. I help younger kids, especially pre-K students, get safely onto their buses. It is something I take seriously, and we are allowed to leave class 5 minutes early to prepare. One afternoon, while I'm heading toward the buses, I walk past a classroom and hear a voice that instantly makes my heart race. It's Mrs. Gay yelling at a third grader. She accuses him of cheating because his English test scores are too high. The kid looks terrified, and I feel like I'm watching my past happen again. I want to walk away, but I can't. At that moment, the vice principal is walking down the hallway. I quietly stop him and ask him to listen. He stands outside the classroom with me and hears everything himself. His face changes fast, and he tells me he will handle it. Over the next few weeks, the school starts investigating her. Students are interviewed, teachers are questioned, and rumors spread that something serious is happening. I don't know what will happen, but I feel like maybe the truth is finally coming out. Then one morning, the principal calls for a full school assembly. Everyone sits down, confused about why we are there. The principal starts talking about student safety and respect. Then he announces that Mrs. Gay has been fired after multiple reports of bullying and discrimination towards students, but it doesn't stop there. He explains that during the investigation, they discover she was involved in physically hurting a student at another school before working here. The case is reopened, and she is later sentenced to 5 years in prison. The entire room goes silent. I sit there trying to process everything. For 2 years, I have felt powerless and scared that my future could be destroyed by one person's hate. Now, the truth is finally exposed. I don't celebrate, I don't cheer. I just feel relief. Sometimes revenge isn't about fighting back. Sometimes it's about surviving long enough for the truth to speak louder than lies.